about administrator or cricketer. So what do you think? Did you understand my Urdu?
No, I did. Yeah. So I think, look, the administrator is like the strength, the backbones behind the actual sport that's happening. And I still remember, I'll talk a little bit about London Tigers, but first of all, before I go there, even the Bangladesh cricket board person, who's now the president, when he came just about 6 months ago, I think, to London, he was in a conference, and people were congratulating me on some win. There was, at that time, there was some, Bangladesh did well.
Right.
So he stood up and he said, oh, please, don't congratulate me, because when they do bad, then you're going to say, you're going to say, I did something wrong.
Right.
So I'm not playing. The coaches are managing, the players are playing. I'm just the administrator.
Sure.
I look after what they need. Do they need equipment? Do they need that? Do they need? So I think sometimes
we mix up things. We don't understand.
It's very important that he said, I'm the manager. I'm making sure that the BCB is strong enough to support the Bangladesh national team
That was
and the
the right
structure and
answer.
everything else.
That was the
And I think that's the same for London Tigers. We're a semi-professional football club. To play semi-professional in the FA Cup, which is, as you know, the FA Cup is a very historical football competition. You have to have stadium.
You had a FA Cup shield on that day as well.
Yeah, that was the charity shield from the FA Cup. But the main FA Cup, which the competition when in Wembley the finals played, we actually play in the earlier stages.
Okay.
So sometimes we go through 2-3 rounds in the competition. But behind the scenes, if you want to play in this competition, then you have to have appropriate management structure. You have to have a stadium with seating arena. It's not about how good your players are. That comes afterwards. The first thing is your organization structure okay? Management committee okay? Do you have all the resources to accommodate that match?
That's the main thing, of course.
Then they come. So people will say, okay, you're in that level now. So we as a football club, we're 7 divisions away from Premiership. People will say, how come you're not going there? It's all about the structure, the money, the resources, and everything else comes in. And I think it's quite an important thing. And just to say on a grassroots level, just a few years ago, the FA was actually getting worried that a lot of the football teams, 11-a-side ones in the league, and are folding, or the leagues are vanishing purely because of league administrators. There isn't any secretaries that is going out there to meetings, administering the team. It's not about the players. There's hundreds and thousands of players out there, but people could not be bothered about administering a football club. On 11-a-side, whereas nowadays it's a trend of 5-a-side. Let's go to one of those 5-a-side power leagues or goals or whatever, and just go and join in, 5 friends and go and join in. And I think this is quite important. And I've seen now, obviously, being involved with cricket leagues, and I'm sure you know the effort behind the scene that's needed. If you don't have those, you can't have participation in a proper league. And I think sports people will need to understand that.
What are your sources? I mean, you don't have to name. Just give me an idea. What are your sources to generate your funding for your organization?
I think, first of all, the way
any private organization,
we do
individuals or what?
For example, I mean, we organise, you've talked about the London 6 International Tournament of the cricket. We also organised the very prestigious UK Asian Community Cup football tournament, which started up 11 years ago in Chelsea Stadium. So we do a national competition with Asian football teams, and they play the final in Stamford Bridge. We took it to Loftus Road in QPR. This year we played it in West Ham. So through that, we also raise a lot of sponsorship that comes in. But our core of the work, as I mentioned earlier in the program, that we're here to help local people to make a difference and provide opportunities for them to improve their lifestyle, to education, to sports participation, and so on. So most of these things are to do with local authorities, central government, local authority departments. So we work with children's services, it could be NHS's, it could be community safety team, with the police, because we also deal with, one of our the other side of the work is keeping young people away from negative activities, such as gang crimes, drug issues, and so on. So I think ultimately we are using sports as a magnet to tackle all those social and domestic issues. That
is the ultimate reward, every family is getting from your organization.
Absolutely. And I think that's the kind of stuff that we want to highlight. Yes, we've got a passion, just like yourself. I've seen you involved with cricket. We want to see our young people taking part in the highest level possible, which we've done with badminton, cricket and football in our organization. But our main core of the work is actually those issues, the social issues that are affecting young people from thriving in life, whether it's education, whether it's employment, whether it's social. Sometimes you mentioned earlier on that in our organization we've got so many multicultural communities from South America.
Even 9-year-old kids I saw they're coming to get their awards.
A lot of the young people have social communication problems, integrating, understanding different cultures. I've realized that within our organization, any football team that we have, 8 to 10 different country people.
Okay.
One aim, go and win the match. Play for London Tigers, go and win that tournament. And I think that plays a key factor now that we're within the local community. So now we are in Redbridge, Tower Hamlets, Camden,
yes.
Westminster. We're newly, just the last 2-3 years, we're in Southall. You go to Southall area, it's so multi. You've got the Pakistani community, Indian community, Somali community.
Sure.
They're all coming together now, and they want to be part of this football team or this cricket team. And I think that's the approach that the organisers should take, with an open mind, to say, we are here helping these people to show them where they can go and achieve.
So, mostly cricket is outdoor game.
That's right.
We can have indoor as well, but that's limited. But during winter, you have football and badminton. What kind of activity?
Continuous.
Okay.
Football is continuous throughout the year. Although football season starts, our semi-pro team starts in August. Most of them start in September, finish in the end of April, May. But you see, one thing is, through the summer, there is a lot of prestigious tournament that happens of football. So it's non-stop throughout the year. Similarly with cricket, we've got the, obviously through the summer going on. If we are lucky, we get an indoor venue, then you can continue the cricket. I think that's something that in the National Cricket League Award ceremony, I bumped into the ECB person. And one of the things that he was discussing is the same thing, that how can we continue cricket throughout the year, so that the competitiveness, it continues, so that the challenges, the development of the players doesn't stop. It's not only for 3-4 months in the summer.
Jawar bhai, we start again from London Tigers and Premier Division, and of course they won Division 1, and they had very good fast bowlers, spinners mostly. Shuman Bhai is very good left-arm spinner. Okay, we are closing. Any last bit for your team for next year?
I think I'd like to say, work hard, boys. You're going to need to step up your game, and we will try and see how we can get some more youngsters through and have a good challenge, play with the right spirit, and let's try and promote the MCL and get more players playing at the highest level.
That's good. Mr. Bhai, any piece of advice for any youngsters or parents or families?
Yeah, I think parents is a key factor. Just quickly to say, a 7-8-year-old child cannot go to a sports session unless the parents takes them. Sure. The parents do play a very key, important role in child's development in sports, and I think I hope all the parents actually do support their kids in taking part in sport. When it comes to when they're 14, 15 years old, that's the crucial time where they will stay away from all those negative activities. I just wanted to say also to the viewers that to follow London Tigers on Facebook and London Tigers website, which is londontigers.org.
Okay, that's okay. Yeah, please.
And also that we're going to be moving into Southall area, so we're looking for lots of volunteers to get involved with our football club committee, cricket club committee. Inshallah, we're planning on so many football teams, cricket teams to take part in leagues. So we're looking for lots of volunteers, including parents, to get on board.
Inshallah. Thank you very much, Mr. Bhai, for your valuable time, and Jawar Ali Bhai, yours as well. This was London Tigers management. They've got more than 3,000 members, and badminton, football, cricket, they cover everything, and they are bridging among the communities. Inshallah, we'll be helping them. Venus TV is there. कुछ सवालात थे जो मैंने डिस्कशन होगी उसकी डार साहब की, कपूर साहब, अजय भाई ने भी बात की, आगा साहब और राजेश अहमद साहब और खान साहब और हुसैन साहब ने बातें वही की हैं. देखिए, जब हार देते हैं ना मैच, उस वक्त फील होता है, लेकिन जो मैनेजमेंट वहां जाके सोचेगी वो यही सोचेगी कि इस मैच से हमने कुछ बेहतरी भी निकाली. चेस करना आज थोड़ा सा बेहतरी आई है, और शुएब मकसूद का एडिशन बहुत अच्छा आया है, और चले सीरीज हार गए हैं, लेकिन आगे फिर साउथ अफ्रीका जाना है. हो सकता है आप वहां जाके जीत के आ जाए, क्योंकि टीम में थोड़ी सी बेहतरी आ रही है. तो जैसे जैसे ये इसको टीम को जेल करेंगे, इनमें थोड़ा सा खेलने का पता चलेगा, तो बेहतरी आएगी. आज अच्छे तरीके से हारे हैं तो इतना दुख नहीं हुआ, सीरीज हारने का दुख होता है. तो इंशाल्लाह ये क्रिकेट है, देखते हैं अगली सीरीज में पाकिस्तान क्या करता है. अगले वीक तक के लिए इब्रार मीर को इजाजत दीजिएगा. अल्लाह हाफिज.